Good morning, class. This is Dr. Narendra Kumar, your English teacher. As a part of our learning for today, I would like to talk on classification of sound units. In this unit, we'll be learning different sounds of language English. For example, we know we have sounds such as vowels and consonants. So today, in our session, we'll be learning them in detail, right? Let's begin our class. Well, at the very beginning, I would like to talk about what language is basically all about. As we all know, language is basically spoken or oral, only then it is written. To make you understand, language has originated not as a script. Humans started to speak first, only then we have developed what we call script. So there are good number of languages in this world which we speak, and besides we need to understand that there are majority of languages which have no script but they are spoken, right? Well, so the very basic point that you need to understand at the very beginning is language is basically spoken and then it's written. Then, sir, what is the need of learning language English when we have not learnt? There are a good number of people who are able to communicate other languages without learning. Yeah, you are right. But let me give you the need behind learning language English. Why should we learn English? The reason is, we know that it is one of the precious or prestigious language that is spoken all through the world. Well, and besides, the reason behind learning English is, it has two dimensions, my dear students. The first dimension is the auditory, that's spoken, and the second dimension is visual, which is written. In another way, let me tell you, the reason behind learning language English is, we have no one-to-one correspondence between the spelling that we write on the board and the pronunciation that we utter, that we produce. This makes English a specific language, and this makes a student to learn English in detail. Well, today I will help you to understand how to understand language English. Okay? Well, at the outset, first and foremost, I would like to bring to your notice that language English has 26 alphabet. This 26 alphabet is quite capable of producing 44 sounds. These 44 sounds are divided into two divisions, one as vowels and the other as consonants. You may ask me a question, sir, what is the criteria for the division of these 44 sounds into vowels and consonants? What is the base? Well, let me help you. The base for the classification of 44 phonemes or sounds as vowels and consonants is the flow of air. The flow of air. Right. Air that is released from lungs. It is flow, right? It is released through two different cavities. One is oral cavity and the other is nasal cavity. Well, let me help you. Vowels are the sounds that are produced with a free flow of air. Once again, you need to know that vowels are the sounds that are produced with a free flow of air without any obstruction, my dear students. For example, if we talk about our Telugu phonemes, A, I, U, A, I, O, Ow. Hope you are able to look at this, right? Try to practice this. You will observe something, that there is no obstruction of air when we produce these vowels. So vowels are certain sounds that are produced with a free flow of air. Well, coming to consonant sounds. Consonant sounds can be studied under 5 different heads. Vowels can be studied only under a single head, that is, they are sounds that are produced with a free flow of air. But coming to consonants, they can be studied under 5 different heads under the classification, right? So that I will help you as in the form of manner of production. Well, basing on the manner of production, I will help you to understand how consonants are produced. Well, under 5 heads, the very first head that we can learn, right, that we can learn consonants are, for example, look at this, the chart that I am displaying on the screen. Well, I am going to explain you in the form of manner. Look at this, my dear students. And besides, you need to know that consonants are 24 in number. These 24 consonants can be explained in 2 different ways. One, with the help of manner of articulation, and the other is place of articulation. To make you clearly understand, I would try to talk about manner of articulation. Alright, well, now let's look at under manner. The very first is sounds, consonants of the sounds that are produced with a complete closure and released suddenly. That's the first manner. Sounds, consonants, right? The first method of production of consonants is they are produced when the air is completely blocked and released suddenly. We call them in 2 different ways. One, stops, and the other is plosives. Plosives. Look at this. Right, under this we can see around 6 different phonemes which we name them as plosives. 1, p, t, k, b, t, g. These are plosives. Next, coming to the second category, we call them as fricatives. Fricatives are the sounds that are produced with a complete closure, with a complete abstraction of air, but released through gaps. Complete abstraction of oral closure, but released through gaps. Well, there are around 9 sounds that comes under fricatives. Right, for example, let me help you. This is the sound. It is, right, dental coming in closer with the labial. There is a complete obstruction of air, but it is released through gaps. F, s, sh. Then we have another category, voiced. V, z, and sh, sh. Alright, these are fricatives. Coming to the third category of production of consonants, we call them as affricates. Affricates are sounds that are produced with a complete obstruction of air but released slowly. Let's look at ch, t plus sh. It is produced as ch, church, chin, chain, chew, such as. Well, coming to voiced sound, j, judge, jar, jam, join, such, right? Next, coming to the fourth form of production of consonants, we call them as nasals. Here, there is something that you need to understand. Right, when looking at plosive, fricative and affricates, there are certain sounds that are produced with a complete obstruction of air in the oral cavity and released. But coming to nasal, there is a complete obstruction of oral cavity and the sounds are released through nostrils. There are 3 specific sounds such as and the other is All nasals are voiced. Coming to the 5th and final form of sound, that's right under the category of consonants, we call this glide or approximant. Approximant or glide mean, right, one part of organ of speech coming in contact with another organ of speech, coming close with another organ of speech. These are the sounds that are produced when one organ of speech comes in close with another organ of speech, such as oo, ya, l, and ra. Well, so this is how vowels and consonants are produced, my dear students. Now, to make it very clear, let me help you with a form of table. So look at this. Vowels are basic speech sounds articulated with an open vocal tract or which are produced with a free flow of air. Consonants are basic speech sounds articulated with a partial or complete closed vocal tracts. This is how we have learnt in 5 different manners, right? Plosives, fricatives, affricates, nasals and approximants. Then there are 5 vowel letters in the alphabet. There are 21 consonant letters in the alphabet. I am talking about alphabet. Alphabet in the sense 26 letters. Now, there are about 20 vowel sounds in English. These 5 vowels can be understood in 20 forms. Right? 20 vowel sounds. This is letter or alphabet, whereas this is phonemic level sound. There are about 24 consonant sounds in English. Finally, vowels are the nucleus of a syllable. Consonants have to be linked to the vowel to form syllable. Now, to help you, my dear students, well, I'd like to talk about vowels. Look, vowels are 20 in number. These 20 vowels are once again divided into 2 different forms. Say short vowels, long vowels, which are called as monophthongs. And the second category, we call them as diphthongs, which are 8 in number. Let me help you in clear. Look at, there are 7 short vowels. This is E as in pit, A as in pet, A as in pat, as in put, O, pot, U, put, another. Other is E, which we call as bean. This is a long E. It is represented with 2 dots. Next, A, barn, O, born, U, boon. This is as in born. Coming to diphthong sounds. E, pear, air, pear, poor, A plus I, bay, R plus E, by, O plus E, oi, ow plus U. No, now. This is how we have learnt in our classes even. Now, to test your understanding, you are supposed to write spelling for the following transcribed words. For example, look at this. This is camel, gorilla, rice, R-I-C-E-S-O-U-P, soup, fingers, teeth, gloves, 5, black, purple. Another way of testing your understanding is transcribe the following. This is how you need to do. Thank you for today. Thank you.